The prophecies of the second kind were left unfulfilled until the second coming of Christ. 1.6 Gospel passages in which Jesus spoke of his crucifixion, as if it were necessary. There are several passages in the Gospels in which Jesus spoke of his suffering on the cross, as if it were necessary for salvation. For example, when Peter heard Jesus' prediction of his imminent crucifixion, and tried to dissuade him, Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me." Why did Jesus chastise Peter so harshly? In truth, when Jesus spoke these words, the disbelief of the chosen people had already frustrated Jesus' efforts to complete the providence of salvation, both physically and spiritually. By that time, Jesus had resolutely determined to accept the fate of the cross as a condition of indemnity, to open the way for at least the spiritual salvation of humankind. Peter's dissuasion could have hindered Jesus from paving the way for spiritual salvation through the cross. For this reason, Jesus rebuked him. A second example is Jesus' last words on the cross, "It is finished." Jesus did not utter these words to mean that through the crucifixion, he had completely accomplished the providence of salvation. After he realized that the people's disbelief was unalterable, he chose the path of the cross in order to lay the foundation for spiritual salvation, leaving unfulfilled the task of achieving physical salvation until the time of the second advent. Hence, by the words, "It is finished," Jesus meant that he had finished laying the foundation for spiritual salvation. By this time, it had become the alternative goal of the providence. In order for us to have proper faith, it is necessary first to have direct communion with God through spiritual experiences in prayer, and then to understand the truth through a correct reading of Scripture. This is the reason Jesus told us to worship in spirit and truth. Since the time of Jesus, Christians have believed that Jesus came to this world to die on the cross. They have not known the fundamental purpose for which Jesus came as the Messiah and misunderstood the spiritual salvation which he brought us, thinking it to be all that his mission entailed. Jesus had wanted to live and fulfill